I would like to introduce you all to Lynn Niswonger. She serves our congregation by playing the piano and leading us in worship on Sunday mornings. I asked her to share a bit of her family history with you today.
My great-grandmother helped start the Maiden Lane church and helped I think my great-grandfather helped get the Springfield campgrounds started going. So before the tabernacle was there. So there's a long family history with Church of God. I think everybody at Maiden Lane probably knows them or knew some of our family. The Pencil family is quite involved in Maiden Lane Church. Growing up through the years of Grandma taught Sunday school, Grandpa worked with the bus ministry. I had lots of cousins that sang in the choir at Maiden Lane, and it was just a great time. But we always went to Maiden Lane if we went to Springfield to visit Grandma and Grandpa, stay all night and go to church.
At an early age, Lynn found herself drawn to the music and specifically the piano. She found a passion and a talent given by God.
Well, back when I was a small child, probably 5, 6 years old, I would go to church with my grandmother and grandfather, and I just loved the harmony of the songs, and that piqued an interest to start playing the piano, which my mom agreed that I could take lessons. So we started lessons about when I was 7 years old, and I just loved the church music so much that that's all I wanted to play. I didn't care about popular songs. I didn't care about anything else. I just wanted to learn to play church music, and I wanted to be able to play for church. So that started the whole thing going. By the time I was about 11, I just started doing things on my own. I stopped taking some of the lessons and started working with a lady at church, and she just was so kind and so helpful and just told me and taught me how to do some of the improvising. And she says, take it from there. She says, you got the talent, do it. So that's where it all started. So I started playing for church when I was 9 years old. Started with youth group and Wednesday night services.
Her natural skills and ability was not the only reason Lynn still has a deep love for the music and hymns of the Church of God. Her grandfather had developed some special relationships while serving as the local mechanic.
Oh yes, my grandfather worked on, was a diesel mechanic, but he worked on some of the folks' cars. So he would often talk about Barney Warren sitting there penning songs while he was working on his car. And a lot of different preachers that went through there, D.S. Warner, he knew, Brother Knight, Carl Reynolds. There would be times that there would be 4 or 5 preachers in my grandfather's backyard down in Florida. They all be climbing the orange trees and eating oranges. And he said, I have 5 preachers back there today. So, but he loved the church, and Grandma loved the church, and he always wanted to help them out. If they had car trouble, he could figure it out, and they knew who to come to, and they would come and ask him to help. But I didn't realize till much later how special these guys were in the Church of God, and how this music is so touching, because my grandfather knew them personally, so it touches you.
When asked if she felt hymns contained inspired messages to encourage believers, this was her response.
Oh yes, I think Barney Warren and Charles Naylor just so inspired by the word, and to put it to music in a message in a song. Their understanding of the scriptures was just phenomenal. I don't see it in today's world, but I'm hoping it's still there, and we just need to look a little harder for it.
Lynn has many favorite hymns and has found her place amongst the body of believers.
I love There's Joy in the Lord. I love The Kingdom of Peace is probably one of my favorites, and A Child of God. So, but yes, I love the message of the Church of God.
Very touching.
Very touching.
Thank you, Lynn, for faithfully serving God and his people all these many years.